disappointing result today, very disappointing. Is it a case of we just thought we were too good, we thought everything was too rosy, and we got a wake-up call, or was it just unlucky?
Well, we were expecting a hell of a lot better. Like, we've had a disastrous start to the league campaign. We like to think we're dark horses for this Champions League. We beat Juventus, who are one of the two standout favourites for the Champions League, up with Man City. But you look at PSG, away from home and defensively, we're vulnerable. We never tested them. Never. First half, second half, we barely created a chance, right? You look at PSG, away from home, they lost at Anfield, even 3 days after Liverpool went to Wembley, beat Tottenham. And then they lost at Lyon away. They gave up chance after chance.
Why do you think that was that Buffon didn't have a save to make? Why do you think that was? Because we called for the strongest team, what we all perceive as the strongest team. He played that team. We had the changes that we wanted. Why do you think that we just couldn't put them under any pressure?
I don't know. We were overrun in midfield, and like, we've no excuse. We had our full team out from 1 to 11, so there's no excuse. And you know, without their two main attackers, I expected at least a score draw, if not a win, to take over the Paris. But it pains me to say that there's not enough evidence of a revival yet. Because I mean, let's face it, any United manager could walk in and beaten Fulham, Huddersfield, Cardiff, Bournemouth, Burnley, etc. But I mean, them teams aren't worthy enough to the same pitch.
So you think we just got a bit carried away? You see it as?
Oh, definitely. Like it's far too early to talk about revival, and you know, tonight was either a revival or it was hype, and I'm afraid it's a big bunch of hype. And I tell you another thing: if we don't get top 4, it's a season of catastrophic failure, and Ole may not even get the job at all.
Do you think? I mean, if we take this result out of it, like you said, going on into the top 4, you think if we don't get it, like even with what he's done so far, you still think it might not be enough? And even if we don't, you know, we've got a tough March coming up with some really tough games. Do you think if we don't come out of those games unscathed, do you think that you might not get it then?
Well, if you analyse who we're competing against for top 4, Arsenal, no defence, no midfield, right? Chelsea, manager completely out of his depth. They're vulnerable away from home, Chelsea. They have to come to Anfield and Old Trafford in April, and they're beatable in both games. So, our next 2 games aren't very encouraging. So, I mean, we're on a good run. Like, if we don't get top 4, you know, given the collapse from Chelsea mid-season, midfield collapse mid-season, it's failure. I mean, like Carragher came out the other day and said that United have the second best squad in the league behind Man City. So,
do you believe that?
On the evidence, no. I mean, I dare say even Tottenham would have given PSG a better game. Even dare I say Chelsea might have given PSG a better game. And next 2 games we're up against it.
But with the way we've been playing, did you expect more? Like, we're in a very confident period. I know a lot of the teams you mentioned that we've beaten, they're not very good teams, but we have beaten Arsenal, we have beaten Tottenham. Excuse me. With the confidence that the players had, did you expect more, or was you one of the ones who thought, doesn't matter that they haven't got the 2 best players, it would still be a tough night? Where did you sit on that?
Yeah, I expected to take the game. Say we're playing at home. Like, we needed at least a score draw. But like, we had to prove we're dark horse for the Champions League. And I thought if we went through against PSG, we're as big as third favourites. Because like look at this. Put it this way: like Chelsea won the Champions League, they came 6th in the Premier League. Liverpool came 4th, 25 points behind. They got to the final last year. And then Liverpool won in 05, having a disastrous Premier League season. You know, with the league season been so bad, our worst league start for 30 years. I thought, you know, the players owe to the fans a good performance in a high-profile game, and sadly we were an embarrassment. We were chasing shadows, and Pogba, this world £90 million beater, didn't prove it tonight. It was a game he needed to influence the midfield, get the ball, spread it to the wingers. He was non-existent. We were chasing shadows the whole game.
Any chance in the second leg?
No.
A nice easy no from yourself.
Yeah, realistically, you know, we need at least a draw to keep the tie alive. But I mean, because we beat Juventus, we can cling on to that hope. But realistically, no, we're tough.
Thank you very much for talking to us, mate. Cheers. Thank you.